sometimes teams need a friendly reminder that they're not all that and a bag of chips. And the Minnesota Vikings not only got that yesterday against the Detroit Lions, they arguably got the biggest wake-up call that was ever needed in the history of needing that kind of a message. Because listen, I know that the Vikings are 10-3 right now, currently sitting atop the NFC North. I think we're looking all peachy and hunky-dory there for a second, but the Lions seriously exposed something for the Minnesota Vikings yesterday. Not only did they expose the fact that their defense is the Achilles heel of this team, they also exposed the fact that this defense is just like, it's not even Achilles heel anymore. It's just offense, defense. It's just like, the great stepbrother or great stepsister, that has all the cool friends, has all the, the hottest wife, whatever. And then there's the defense, the Vikings defense. It's like the third sister from what was it, Rob Schneider's daughters in Grown Ups? Yes, that is literally what we are at right now. But if you look at this defense, and I know there's been a lot of light shedded on it right now, but it's the fact that you have not let up, just a couple of 400-yard games. It's over half of the games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games out of the 15 that you've played in, including 5 straight. 5 straight. And it's just, I know that this defense, I know not everything is going to be perfect in the NFL. Everybody else is professionals. Everybody's going to make plays. That's why nobody ever really gets too confident in their teams. I understand all that. But you have multiple things in which this defense should not be doing, and it continues to do it. You talk about the soft zone. You talk about dropping Danielle Hunter or Za'Darius Smith in pass coverage multiple times a game. It baffles me. You're going to let both of your leading pass rushers go ahead and get the quarterback. Like, I know Za'Darius Smith is great. He can do a lot of different things. He can rush from the inside. He can rush from the outside. He does great with stunts. He really seems to bring the pressure. But the fact that you think this man should be anywhere near a pass coverage or anywhere near in pass coverage baffles me. Like, this defense not only got the wake-up call that it needed, like, this defense needs to be a top 10 unit for the Vikings to be able to make any damage in the playoffs. They need to be a top 10 units if the Vikings want to go where they need to go. And the Lions exposed that. Like, they exposed the fact that, yes, I know this defense has won 9, this team has won 9 one-score games, but it's the fact that will no longer fly, okay? Especially against good teams. Like, the Lions, they're a good team. Like, I know they sit at 6-7. They've kind of been on the butt end of the joke for a little while from a lot of YouTubers, but I've been saying for a while now that the Lions are a really good team. Go back and check out my videos. I've made stance after stance saying that the Lions are a team that is on the up and coming, and now guess what? The coming is here. Like, they are a legitimate contender. I think that the Lions really, I know that with how things started off this year, things were a little rocky to start out with, but they look at 6-7 right now. They look like they could legitimately make the playoffs. Now, if they don't make it this year, next year, this team, they've got some good first-round draft picks still coming their way. They're gonna build. They're probably gonna have, what is it? I think it's still the Matt Stafford trade that they still will have like a top 10 pick or whatever it is. So they're going to have a couple of first round draft picks. They're going to look like this team could continue just to make some damage and do some things. And I'm really excited for it. I think that they're heading in the right direction. Dan Campbell has them playing at a high level, and they're just hard to stop. So the Vikings got absolutely exposed against a good team that, does just enough defensively. Honestly, their defense is really respectable. Aiden Hutchinson is an absolute stud. That secondary is nothing to balk at too. What was it? Malcolm Rodriguez is an absolute stud too. So, this defense has playmakers. This offense puts up points. So, we saw it yesterday. If the Vikings want to contend in the NFC North and really the playoffs, this year, the defense, it needs to be night and day. Like, this needs to turn from a 30 unit to a top 10 unit right away. And I honestly don't know that it can do it. Whether it's Ed Donatello, the current personnel, I just really feel like, and stopping the run has been a huge problem for the Vikings. I know they've got, 2 or 3 games this year and where they've allowed under 100 yards rushing, but I mean, it's also against teams that, you really don't want to necessarily brag about that with. I mean, the Miami Dolphins is one. I know the Arizona Cardinals was one that looked really good against the Vikings, but, the Patriots, they've done some good things, this year, but, they really, to me, have not shown that they consistently can stop the run. They definitely haven't stopped the pass all year long. So I really feel like the Vikings are in a position where they really need to step it up on defense and find a way to win these games and be complementary to the other portion of it. Like, this just, no more soft zone, no more, rinky dunk, stop them in the red zone type defense. This needs to be a defense that shuts people down and gets after, because this is not it. The Lions proved that this is not it for the Minnesota Vikings. And I think this is exactly what the Vikings needed, especially for that defense. Let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the Lions' loss being exactly what the Minnesota Vikings needed.